Hello everyone and welcome to Tesla Streams Final Fantasy Origins. Why not Osphere again? Well, aside from the fact that the controller is not really charged up to full yet. It's been on there for about an hour, because once again I forget to plug it in. But more importantly, I feel like it'd be healthy for everything considered for me not to play only that right now. The stress I've been dealing with the game so far, it's a bit much. So we need to play something that's a little more stressless. Oh, right. Final Fantasy Origins is a game that I played on PlayStation 1, and it's a game that, even to this day, I'm impressed at how much better it is compared to its original. I mean, we got remasters for a lot of games. Dreadwater 1 and 2. We got... we got like games like the Super Mario Brothers collection of Super Mario All Stars and Super Nintendo, and there were a bunch of other like various games that got some touch-ups on new consoles. But for Final Fantasy 1 to do, okay, let's see if I can do this right this time. Okay, what do I want my team to be set up here? You know what? I've been reading 8-Bit Theater again. Let's go for the 8-Bit Theater team. How many letters do they allow? 5? I think it's 5. 6. Best I can do with limited selection of characters here. It's manageable. I've certainly seen worse. But yeah, I do actually really enjoy Final Fantasy Origins a lot, especially compared to the original game. Because the original game, while I have a lot of nostalgia for it, it is not aged well in the slightest. It sucks. Oh my god, it sucks so bad. Like, going back to the original game, especially with what we have now, just, oh my god. Oh. So you can, so Sector the dash? Or no dash at all. That's not fair. Oh well. for one thing, equipment and armor were porked in the original game, where each character can only have 4 armor pieces and 4 weapons at any one time. I always thought that was a bit shit. In this one, everyone just has a singular menu that has virtually infinite space, so hell yeah on that one. For a minute there, I thought I was dealing with the monk, but I'm dealing with a thief instead, so yeah. I do remember the thief being kind of sucky at the start of the game, but he gets much better later. And by sucky, I mean not quite as good as the fighter types. He was made much better in the GBA version, Dawn of Souls, but I'm not playing that because I personally don't like it. Okay, you definitely want to have a healer, I know that much. I have a Black Mage already, so any support abilities I'm going to be putting on the Red Mage for sure. Best to have someone who excels at it, you know. But there's only so much support spells the Red Mage can learn, so Final Fantasy Origin's only real problem compared to the original is that the loading times can feel a bit wonky at times. Apparently the text speed is slower than I thought it was. Huh. Let me check something there. Yeah, let's change that, shall we? I was wondering why it was being a bit slow on me. Sadly, I'm going to have to do a hard save here. Oh, and I don't have the money for that. Just not yet. Yeah, this isn't like the Souls version where you could save anywhere you wanted. Hard saves were still built into certain items and ends, so that sucked. It's fine, whatever. Yeah, that's a bit better. Although I might want to turn it down just a little bit. It does feel a bit speedy. Wait. Oh, I never gave the Black Mage a weapon. Whoops. I mean, not that it would matter anyway, but... Come on, it's a bit theater team. You gotta give him the knife. Come on. Yeah, that's a bit fast. I might turn it down just a bit. I'll probably turn it down to 12 instead of 16 times. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, because that's really fast. Matter of fact, let's go and do that and just restart. I mean, we've done up at least one hard save, so let's try it at 12. Let's see how it goes. Because they did not exactly seem fast enough. Felt very clumsy. Still a bit fast. Seriously? That's still too fast? He really wasn't doing the job. Just a moment. That's strange. I wonder why it's... I can definitely tell it's slower now. That's a little better. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure battles didn't take bloody forever. Okay. Oh yeah, I never did get that knife. Or any armor for him, either. There we go. So basically, here's the way the thief works. He's meant to be kind of a counterbalance between a fighting type and a speed type, is what he was meant to be. The problem is that speed really doesn't do anything in this game. There's not even a speed stat. Well, I mean, there's agility, but it doesn't really affect much. As a matter of fact, going from the NES to the PlayStation version, not much was really fixed. I mean, I think a lot of the bugs were fixed to where they actually do more like what they're supposed to do, but thing is, it doesn't help as much as you'd think. The biggest thing that they changed is they added easy mode, which is basically not really so much an easier difficulty as it is one that has more perks. For example, Mage's spellcasting ability has been drastically improved. Unlike traditional RPGs that just have an MP stat that goes up every level, this one has spell charges. Directly, it's inspired by the Dungeons & Dragons styled RPG games, where you get so many magical spells per day, and you can only refill them by spending the night somewhere. Now, originally this really sucked, because you could have no more than 9 of each spell level. There were different levels of spells you could use, to be sure, so you did have some options. But you could only have up to 9 of each one. So it would get to the point, especially towards the end of the game, where you would burn through your healing spells really quickly. And unless you had a bunch of healing items on standby, that could be very obnoxious. So The one thing Easy Mode changed is that they basically added they raised the cap from 9 to 99, and you will actually get a lot more of those throughout the game. I believe they also changed the level cap for the characters from 50 to 99 as well, making it opening the doors to get way more spells than you'd ever get usually by the end of the game. I believe another thing that they changed is that they actually made it to where they added special perks like auto-targeting during battle, which is something the game should have always had. They able to dash around to get to places faster, allowing you to use various supportive skills, even in battle, which you couldn't before. And most importantly, you can buy items more than one at a time. I can't really test that right now, but actually, yes, I can. Yeah, if I wanted to, I could get like 9 of these. You couldn't do that in the original. It was only one item at a time. And for healing items, that was really frustrating to put up with. So yeah, it's a lot nicer now, to where you don't feel like you're struggling near as much now when playing through the game. Also, Easy Mode added another perk. You level up much faster. In the original, you would need 40 experience just to get from level 1 to 2. That clearly is not the case here. You're leveling considerably faster now. In the GBA version, however, they overcompensated for this. Rather than taking forever to level up, you actually level up way too quickly. To the point to where when I first played the GBA version of this game, I actually got to like level 8 by the time I was done in the Cornelia region. I was like, are you freaking serious? Level 10? That's absurd, man. I was like, come on. It should not be this easy. Because I wanted to level up until I felt like the experience I was getting was unreasonable. That was before I realized just how easy the game was. I'm not even kidding. Dawn of Souls is terrible. They made it way too simplistic to win, and added so many changes to the overall game that any relation it had to the original Final Fantasy 1 is paper thin. As a matter of fact, they added so many new items to the game that you honestly would never ever die ever. Unless it was by an instant death spell or something. Because, like, just, oh my god, people. I feel like the easier experience in this game is a bit more natural, because you're not gonna be able to level excessively here, but at least you're not like struggling to get to level 3. Which I think is a good level for going to take out Garland. Yeah, no one can get any white magic anymore, at least until I get my knight. Yeah, aside from getting a couple of healing potions, I think we're set. Yeah, there should be plenty for this. Honestly, at level 3, there should be anything in our next area that's gonna really be cumbersome. But hey, you never know, right? Their cap, eh? Yeah, let's give that to you. You have the least defense part on right now. Oh, we got some wolves. I can't defend you, unfortunately, but hey, whatever. I'll go and use the potion. Save the healing magic for the boss fight that's gonna be in here. Oh, got the potion back. And a tent. That's all we can get here for now. Yeah, the skeletons are pathetic. They don't even give anything. Oh, we have warglords. Oh shit. Let's see how much HP my fighter got. A lot. Okay. So yeah. That's 69 HP. Nice. Well, we did get that tent because they're very generous, so let's take advantage of it. HP heal to everybody. And let's just save too. That sounds like a good bargain. It wasn't a full heal to everybody, but good enough. Oh boy. Yeah, this plot is a bit different in the Final Fantasy Origins game we have now. Very different, yes. Because, yeah, there's another game that goes by Final Fantasy Origins. That stars a guy called Jack Garland. Anyone who knows about it knows that it's definitely an experience, shall we say. Yeah, this girl is nothing like that. This one's actually kind of a wimp. Kind of. He can kind of... What the fuck? Why did you go on flee? That's odd. It's not what I was trying to tell him to do, but... Okay. Let's actually do what I want to do this time. Yeah, he can hit kind of hard, sort of, but honestly, the level I'm at, it's barely a footnote. Although, if he keeps dodging me, that might be slightly problematic. Oh my god. That didn't heal much. He's not really that hard of a first boss, though. Meant to be just getting you used to the game, really. Yes. The lovely loot that is not useful until literally the final dungeon. Go figure. Yeah, apparently they also added a lot of interesting little cute cutscenes when they did Valhalla the Origins. That didn't exist in the original, and I'm glad for it because honestly, the original game was pretty sparse on pretty much everything. I mean, it was technically superior to Dragon Warrior at the time for the content it had. But still, it's not exactly saying much. Since Dragon Warrior at the time was the only real RPG people knew about, so saying you're better than the one game that's out really is not really a huge compliment. I mean, it's not like there was a lot of examples to stem from here. Honestly, it's kind of amazing that this game actually saved Squaresoft, considering that, for practical purposes, RPGs weren't really a popular genre at the time. You would have expected, for whatever reason, this game was going to flop. Especially considering that RPGs were something a lot of people just didn't really understand back then. But, for some reason, people really took to it, compared to Dragon Warrior. And I think a lot of it had to do with the marketing campaign, when it comes to stuff like Nintendo Power. I think they did a much better job trying to selling it off to the populace. Number 2. Now this wasn't the original, although the remasters on Origins, I mean the remastered version, Final Fantasy Origins, certainly had a more spectacle to it. Writing was sure slow though. Alright, so, second piece of land here. You also might notice the red mage doesn't get as much overall magic as the white and black mages do, but that's only logical for that to be the case. I mean, if the red mage was as good as them, then why would you use anything else? They had to find a way to balance it somehow. Not only that, but the red mage will never get the strongest of magic that's in the game. But since I'm mostly using my red mage as a far more offensive white mage anyway, it's not like it matters. Matter of fact, there's few spells that the red mage can't use. Oh dear. This might be bad. Ooh, this might be very bad. Please kill it. Okay, at least there's only one left. Oh my god. Okay, wow. Yeah, that was painful. Okay, let's, oh shit. Oh, that's not good. Oh man, you even take... Yeah, this is different. You never got dialogue like this in the original either. Is there supposed to be chests? Oh, there they are. I just couldn't see them. Antidote, yes, please. Ow. Fucking poison ambush. 2 potions and that antidote I just used. Yeah, they make it a little more obvious than this, but in the original, the talking broom said a magic spell and would speak gibberish to you. You would literally have to read it backwards. Here, with the dialogue, they actually make it a lot more obvious. Okay, save state. Oh my god. They are throwing the toughest enemies that could show up here at me. Come on, guys. This is not exactly fair. Yeah, give me more of these guys. At least until I can go back to the end. Yeah, those ogres that I just fought. Strongest enemies that can show up there in terms of pure damage potential. And I'm not supposed to really be fighting them until the 3rd town, but... whatever. At least I'm getting some decent experience. Okay, we'll be leveling up for a wee bit. I would buy some more potions for the road, as well as antidotes, but I'd like to save my money, because we are getting to a new town fairly soon. Elections. Oh yeah, the bestiary. Yeah, I can't get those items for now. Or those. Can't get lost item from there either. Oops. Also the art gallery. Some nice little official art of the game when it was being designed. It's nice, yeah. Now we're at the 2nd town. Provoke, I believe? Yeah, Provoca. Yeah, this sounds having a bit of an issue. Pirates have basically taken over. In Dawn of Souls, they made them all talk very dumb pirate speak, which was kind of irritating, even if it did make sense. Let's see, is this going to work? Yes, very well, in fact. I think this is the one RPG where you get new transportation the fastest. Because we haven't been walking on ground for very long. We already have a freaking boat. We can't do much with it at first, but yeah, fucking really? So yeah, this town has some nice stuff. Sadly, a lot of it is pretty pricey. The good news is that on the open seas, enemies are strong, but they give a lot of stuff. The thief can only use a scimitar. Attack 10. Broadswords give 15, so yeah, that's nice. The bad news with the 8-bit theater team setup is that you need a lot of money to properly outfit them most of the time. So, hope you don't mind gold grinding, because you're going to be doing it a lot throughout the game. Now you don't want to buy this, you can get it for free very soon. Two people really don't have all that much of stuff, but hey, what can you do? So I have a little bit of money left. I just don't know if it's enough for anything. Might be enough for one spell. Yeah, one. Ice 1 is very powerful for this part of the game, though. Oh, another level already, eh? Anyways, I'm back, so... But yeah, for my experience, 180 gil, that's pretty excessive. Then don't underestimate them though. Some enemies in the water can be very nasty. So you do want to make sure your health is always nice and high here. The gogglers, usually called the eyes. Oh boy, these guys are a pain. They can use a stun beam to put paralysis on your people. And if they're feeling particularly nasty, they can just kind of spam it, which you don't want, trust me. Yeah, see, they're trying to do that. Basically the only thing they can do, really. Of course, now is when they throw two of these bitches at me. Didn't exactly work out well for them though, did it? Alright. One. We're gonna go and get slow one and steel. Steel's pretty great. It heavily boosts attack power and can stack during a fight, which makes it ideal for bosses. Want to make sure you have a mage that can use it. It's not necessary, but it certainly helps. Okay, so noble. This one's gonna be last. So yeah, we've almost got all the spells now, which means we'll pretty much be done here. It won't take long. Ooh, privateers, you want to fight these. They give lots of money to these them. Ooh, another level. Much in the way of HP, but they are getting a lot of spell cast, which will be helpful. Honestly, though, we're not at the point yet where the thief completely falls out being useful yet. He's doing a pretty good job. Yeah, it's kind of sad that my red mage is actually technically more effective than the damage department is now. Around the time they do class promotion later, their roles will be reversed though. where it'll be the thief becoming the ninja that's going to be far more damaging than the red wizard will. But then again, by that point, I don't really think it matters. I am going to take the cursor off of memory since it's not that useful in this. The one bad thing about the Red Mage, so you can probably tell right away though, is that there's a lot of spells that they can learn, but they only have 3 spots. So yeah, you really have to be a bit selective on what spells you want them to learn. And in the original game, once you learn something, you could never forget it. In Final Fantasy Origins, you can drop spells that you bought if you want to learn different ones instead. But you didn't have that in the original game. You were kind of just stuck with it. It was irritating, yeah. Kind of wish they allowed you to reorganize your spells, though. Oh well. Kind of wish in one of the future remasters they would just let you buy all the spells instead of just 3 of them. Because I always found that kind of irritating. Or at least let you buy 4, you know, for everyone that's not a Red Mage, because it never made sense why you just couldn't get all 4. What was it, data constraints? What we want to do is go over here before the next major town. Oh look, it's you guys again. $175 gil. 450 gil. And I do believe that is it, I think. Yeah, for some reason I always think we get that armor for free. I don't think we actually do. Not that he really needs it, though, to be fair. I mean, the fighter gets, or warrior that's called here, is so much freaking, like, buff and HP and overall defense that you don't really need to worry about it most of the time. Mostly because of all his defense options. Okay, first thing I'm going to be doing, and this will surprise no one, is to get these two spells. Because the level 3 spells in this are the first ones that hit the whole enemy group, which is something you're going to want. Not so much for this fight, since it's not that hard to kill them, especially at this point. Especially if I keep leveling up like this. Oh, they got good HP. My mages got good HP. Oh, okay. They go in yeah, a lot of the enemies here are not hard, but they give a lot of money. Which is a weird contrast to the enemies in the ocean. Because you'd think these enemies would be tougher, but aside from the fact that some of them can poison you, they're really not. Speaking on that, I really should get some antidotes. Yeah, let's do that. Because poison will become a lot more common now. Case in point. Oh, fuck off. Didn't kill any of them. Damn. I mean, lots of experience, I guess, but shit. These guys were mean as hell. The thing is, you're not supposed to be able to fight those yet. Okay, we're about to go to an end here in a second, so go and get rid of you guys. Yeah, those guys aren't supposed to typically be enemies until way later in the game, the scorpions. It's a bit silly why they can show up here sometimes. Honestly, you get a lot of levels just from getting the gold you need to buy all your upgrades. In this version, anyway. In the original, not really. If anything, it's the exact opposite. You would be getting the gold for your stuff while getting to level you need to. And the red mage just got 13 MP. K-Dobots. But yeah, our magic is certainly getting up there now. The black mages can actually use a respectable amount of MP without burning out. Go figure. Because the good thing is the level 9 spell Hadouken, otherwise he'd be burning completely out each time he used it. Mind you, even if he did have it, I'd never want to use it because of that. Like, I don't care how destructive it is. I wouldn't want to be completely burnt out on spellcast just by using it, man. Now, because Dawn of Souls used the traditional MP system and got rid of the spell charges. The way it decided how early on you could use spells is that each mage had a special spell level that they would have to get to before they could use certain spells. I never liked that idea because honestly, you have to wait way too far into the game to use the more powerful spells. And by the time you're at that level, like, it felt excessive. I think I'd be like level 11 or 12 to use level 4 spells, and I was like, level 12? To use level 4 spells? Really? Do you guys realize how ridiculous that is? Like, level 12 for this game could be, like, excessive in terms of stats. And keep in mind, the game's not exactly what I consider hard in the slightest anyway. Because of the way they changed the character mechanics. For example, Thieves. They gave Thieves a half speed requirement in order to do a certain amount of hits during battle. Meaning they're pretty much going to be double hitting any other class that's at their stat threshold. Which, in early game, basically means they're about as good as the fighter in terms of overall power, even if they're using a weaker weapon. Because they're hitting twice as many times as the warrior will be. And by endgame, this essentially makes the ninja extremely versatile as a fighting type, and can usually just mop the floor with anything he hits. Kind of making the fighter feel like a much weaker character by comparison, since the ninja not only can hit very hard, but knows some black magic on the side, too. Sure, knights have white magic on the side, but unless you have no other class that can heal, that's not exactly going to be all that useful. Especially since their general MP is going to be far lower than your other mages are. Not that that matters. Ethers were added to Dawn of Souls, so it's not like MP was ever an issue anyway. So yeah, unless he's the only healer, then him having healing is just pointless. Ninjas having some black magic has utility though. He can use level 4 black magic, which lets him can learn haste as well as steal. Which haste essentially doubles the amount of hits someone can do, and steal can just increase it. So that's two spells that the ninja can use as utility. The knight has nothing like that, so you can definitely see the problem here. And since the ninja is hitting so many more times than the knight, even having his most powerful weapon, the Excalibur, isn't really going to help. The legendary Masamune can also be obtained in the final dungeon and can be equipped on the ninja. meaning you essentially have taken the only advantage the knight had and thrown it right out the window. It's just kind of sad, really. Like, the thief is basically just super amazing. About the only thing the knight has going over him is the fact that he has better armor, but as anyone who knows this game will tell you, better defense towards the end game doesn't really matter, because most of the stronger enemies will use magic on you anyway, so it's not like that's a huge concern. Well, let's see here. Do I have any better weapons for my thief right now? Not really. I mean, there's the saber, I guess. 13 attack, kingdom. But okay. Oof, lowers accuracy, but does more damage. Yeah, I think I'll stick with that. I don't think accuracy does much in the original or Final Fantasy Origins. It's a bit more special in Dawn of Souls and the PSP version. But, like I've already mentioned, those versions are pathetically simple, so I don't really like playing them very much. Unless I want to show off the new content they added. Which, yeah, I guess, but I don't know. Kind of feel like it's overall unnecessary. Especially, okay, do we have all our spells so far? Yep, we have all our spells up to this point, so we'll teach Cure 2 to you. Red mages cannot use the Dia type spells that are basically there just to do mega damage to one dead. Okay, so... Aw, really? No, I guess it doesn't matter. Well, because I have to teach you some black magic, since you can't use either of these. But that's once we get more gold. Yes, more gold. Yeah, the ogres aren't quite so deadly anymore, are they? Not our level. Matter of fact, most enemies aren't anymore, unless we're facing some scorpions. Although the paralysis attacks by the gas can be kind of annoying. Go away. Love the gold, hate the freaking paralysis. For those, I guess I should just use fire magic next time, because they can be a pain to kill otherwise. Aside from the scorpions and them, though, I don't really need magic for anything else. Not anymore. Alright, so go and get our last group of level 3 spells. Yeah, Fire 2 and Bolt 2. So the next one I'll just get is Bind. As a matter of fact, and I'll just get Focus 2 to you, I guess. Oh, you bitch. Got that poison attack in there before we could kill you, huh? Okay, here's something I always hated. In the original game, if someone was poisoned, they were always moved to the bottom of the character list. And formation was not something that typically was here before. In order to do that, you would have to normally press the select button to slowly go into a menu where you could change your people around. And that was it. It was annoying. And you had to keep doing that every time someone got poisoned. It was... oh, so aggravating. I hated that in the original. Okay, that time we... oh, fuck you with the surprise attack. Come on. Yeah, see how much damage those things can do? They are really not supposed to be here. Ooh, green ogres, aka chieftains. This is why I'm going over here instead of to the east, where you can fight ogres more often. Because sometimes these guys show up, and they are worth a lot. There's a Johnny Gill. Nice. Sadly, it is a bit of a rare encounter. They don't show up too terribly often, but when they do, it's great. Oh, quit ambushing me whenever there's a freaking poison enemy on the field, man. I swear, I think poison enemies get special perks when it comes to that shit. Of course, a lot of enemies are ambushing me out here. Okay, we're about to level up again. Let's see if... fuck! Poison, why? Okay, this battle will do it. There we go. Really? Just luck? I mean, yeah, I think that's it. That's all we've got. Wow, this sucks. That and HP. Alright, first order of business. Get Ice 2. That's kind of important going into this next place here. like I said, poison enemies almost always get to ambush you. There's something bad about this game, and I don't get what it is. Okay, that time they didn't, but it's usually common that they do. They also usually get the first attack. I've noticed that several times when playing this game, where it seems like poison enemies either ambush you or they'll usually get the first attack on you, meaning that poison is almost inevitable. Thankfully, they are not expensive, so I'll be getting enemies. See what I mean? This place may as well be called Poison Valley because there's so many enemies that can do it. Stop it. I'm trying to make money here. Alright, so... Good. Yes, good. Keep giving me the ogre type enemies. That's what I'd like to see. Yes, good. Oh. Another level, huh? At least he got strength that time. A lot of stats, really. Oh, the red mages actually catch up to you in HP, surprisingly. Alright, so... getting a couple of these, and you're gonna find out why. Oh, come on. Is this going to just go be a thing here? I'm going to be glad to be at this area. Where poison is not quite as common as this. Fuck. They didn't need to make almost every battle poison themed. So we need to find the crown. Now we're in the Marsh Cave, which is the first really annoying dungeon in the game. Oh, good lord. Poison in here too, huh? Thankfully, not every battle is like that. Yeah, these guys do darkness instead. Darkness does not last after battle. That's great. And really, it doesn't even affect anybody because of the way the coding works for it. This was changed in all the future releases, though. Dagger. It's not much better, but hey, I'll take it. Oh my god, no. Stop. No. Hello? Oh my god, that's so damn cheap. Surprise attack and stun half my team, as well as 2 of my better ones. Really? Oh, I never got potions. Shit. Oh my god. I swear I hate how they give them speed bonus. Go away. You guys again? Can't hurt you with normal attacks. Broadsword. Consider 20 kill. Yeah, let's just go back to town. I was gonna get the cottage because it basically works as a free inn. Can only be used outdoors though. But since I forgot to get the potions anyway, because I'm an idiot. Before I do that, though, let's get one more spell for our Black Mage, just so it's even. There we go. And the rest is going to be spent on potions. Wow, surprised I could buy that many. It's a good thing I didn't have to buy those one at a time. That would have been terrible, wouldn't it? Ugh, fuck the original game. Alright, so... Oh, another level. Well, since we're not too far away from the end, let's just go ahead and heal up. Alright, so now we're going the southern route, which is a bit more involved. But at least I'm more prepared this time to do a little more exploring. I really do hate the green ooze creatures because you cannot hurt them. With normal physical hits unless you are insanely overpowered. Because their defense is really super high. Now, when you see an empty chest, then that means another chest you opened in this place had a similar item in it, and thus you can't open this one. I hate that that's the way they set it up, but it is. Green slimes, I hate you. Go away. Yeah, if you don't have any black magic users and you run into those, you may as well just run the fuck away because they are not worth fighting otherwise. If you think poison is bad, wait till we get to petrification. That's even worse. Oh, steel plate. So you do get one for free. You just have to wait till here to get it. That's a long time to wait, you know? Oh my god. Yeah, I do not want anyone to die down here, thank you. Fucking scorpions. Why do they show up at this time of the game? It's unfair. Yeah, the Bloodbone encounters aren't that bad compared to some we can fight in here. Cottage. Okay. So you get one for free anyway. That's nice. Copper armlet. That is super armor for weaker characters. Like mages, for example. Very nice. Copper is the weakest of its kind, but wait till you get some of the later ones. It gets really absurd. Oh, this looks like a special chest. But it's guarded by the chest we're looking for is guarded by these assholes. I believe it's Bolt 2 that they're weak to. Ooh, yeah, they hit for a lot. Get rid of them as soon as you can. They do give a lot of stuff, but man, they're deadly. So the Pisco Demon's the one that ransacked the castle? I mean, the real answer is no, for people who don't know the game. But still. Fuck you guys. Why can't you just leave me alone? I'm not even worth very much. If I kill. Okay, that's the locked doors, which we cannot do anything with for the time being. Bad enough that you guys keep showing up. You have to ambush me too. Imagine how bad this would be if we actually had to deal with the fact that our prime members kept getting switched around to their formation every time that happened. It would be enough to make you lose your freaking mind. And it very nearly did when I was a kid. I swear I could not stand it. Well, for once I didn't get poisoned. Another level. Okay, at least we got the day on the ground then. Oh, it didn't fully heal us? Come on. Did it even fully heal our MP? Yeah, it looks like it. Just up the HP. What the hell? Well, we've got the crown back. Yeah, it was a trick the whole time. You really got us, man. So you took Batora's Crystal Eye, but for what purpose? Does that have magic powers or whatever? Now, this boss is really annoying because he will constantly start the fight with an innocent death spell, which can be really irritating. know silence can sometimes affect him, but not often. Damn. Reaper. I really don't want to have to deal with instant death here, so let's see if I can get him to not do that. Okay, at least I missed that time. That's not really helping you, buddy. Okay, there we go. He has low HP, but high physical defense for some reason. We got the Crystal Eye, and now we have to a bit of an item exchange here. Item chain of events. We need to trade one item for another several times. It's kind of annoying, but it's an early game. What are you gonna do? Okay, so now we need to get back in the boat. Travel all the way back to where Matoya is. Ooh. Oh, one of them ran away. Frick. The Jolt Tonic. Yeah, that seems to be all it's good for. Why did Essos even take it anyway? Is there a hidden magic within it? Like, that only he knows about? I don't know. Don't question it too much. It's just a plot thing. Maybe you could call it plot. Castle. Jolt Tonic, awaken! Nah, you gotta talk to the caretaker. Yeah, this kind of thing just happens. FF1 was a very simple game when it was first made. But hey, we can open up locked doors now. That actually opens up a lot for us to do. Mithril Hammer, that is not useful to us since we don't have the White Mage. Yeah, so we're just gonna be selling them. That's what I'm doing. There's gonna be a lot we're gonna be selling, actually. Oh, you got all your stuff. See what we can get you in here. Essena. Here's poison. That's basically the antidote spell when it's gray. No ice, okay. Refills in terror or cures mute. Well, I mean, I guess on some rare circumstances it could be useful if the Black Witch is muted, but... Wait, oh, you can't learn it. Never mind. Oh, you can't learn either one of them. Bitch! So we have two people with haste now. Awesome. Imagine that's useful. And when I get my ninja, that's going to be 3 people that's going to have it. So yeah, the level 3 and 4 spells are now all learned, so that's helpful. But yeah, we got more stuff to get. And there's 3 areas to look. First of all, it's back to where it all started. Cornelia Castle. We can open the locked doors here. Because we're totally not thieves. In order to get the treasure here. Go share. Yeah, gonna be selling that. Saber, I'm pretty sure we already could get that. Mithril knife. 13 attack. Kingdom Hearts. Steel plate. Iron shield. Really? You don't have a helmet yet? That's kind of surprising. And here we get Nitro powder, which used to be the TNT. So we have 2 more places to look for locked goodies. Next up, we have to go to another old area. You go back to the Temple of Fiends. Or Temple of Chaos, as it's now called. Because now we need to go over here where there's some locked doors. And some gargoyles guarding them. And we fought plenty of you guys by now. Rune Blade. Oh yeah, that's nice. I had forgotten that the thief can use these special unique blades, which does definitely add a lot more utility to them, that's for sure. But that only goes so far. Here's the thing about that, though. It's not going to be too much farther into the game before we class promote. Weirbane Sword and a Gold Needle. Oh boy, that's for a bow ring. Oh, but you can't use that. The Weirbane. I'll give it to you. Red Mage does not have access to level 5 spells yet. No, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's unfortunately something that the Red Mage and later on the Red Wizard sucks at. Seeing spells quite as fast as the natural mages, like white and black ones. Still, it's not a huge deal breaker, especially since I tend to use the Red Mages at all. It's usually for healing power instead of offensive magic, since I usually use their offensive weapons for damage. They tend to be pretty good at that for most of the game, so you don't really need to worry about having offensive spells on them most of the time. At least until much later on in the series, when Red Mages almost become your best offensive mage option. Almost. However, now that with the Nitro Powder, we can go to another area and do another plot thingamajig. I'm not concerned. I have Esuna. Screw you. They're just gonna send nothing but poison now, because they know that. Well, okay. Technically not true. They can feel like that at times. Now that we're here, we can go down to this area and open up a locked door. But first... yeah, now this can open up the way to use the boat way more. Yeah, before the part of the gun was just gone. Here they make a whole cutscene of it breaking apart. With lots of flashing lights, apparently. Man, I wish developers wouldn't do that. But here we get chest galore. We find a tent. A grand helm. Well, you have one now. Worm killer. Oh, but that's what he could use. What do we get dragons? Behold thief, the dragon slayer. Mithril knife. Helmet. Throw mail. Does have Hill and Cottage. Ooh boy. Oh, you can use this. It's not bad, too. I mean, I guess I could shake you for stuff, but... Oh! Yeah, better than your broadsword, actually. Yeah, we got all sorts of stuff to sell now. But there is one last place before we do progression where we need to check for locked treasure. After selling some stuff, of course. So yeah, we did go back into the Marsh Cave now. Great. At least we can just beeline straight for the chest armor instead of checking all the other rooms. And another level, wow. Level 15 already. Wow, that's just insane. Of course, they would just send nothing but you guys out. Oh, the blue ones. They're not bad either. Like with many other creatures in here. They can actually hurt them with the weapon attacks, and they give far more stuff too. Man, the green guys are such trolls. Thankfully, we will not be in here long. Just gotta get to the third basement and all the way south. Anacondas, stronger versions of the purple snake things. Thankfully, they are not too hard to deal with. They don't give much, though. Silver armlet. Ooh, that's a sizable buff, man. They gave you the copper armlet for a little bit more evasion. Yeah, copper armlet's such a badass piece of armor that it's even better than leather armor, which is pretty amusing to me. Well, we're not done in here yet. Oh, you guys, huh? Alright. Shit. Shit. Oh, anacondas from here? Hey, I'll take you guys any day of the week. Mithril knife. Okay, that's an empty chest. I mean, empty room. That was supposed to have a chest in it. But those are where you go. Now we're done. At this point, the thief is starting to resemble a glass cannon. Someone that can hit decently powerful, but also can't take a hit to save his life. Not a big fan of those types of characters, gotta be honest. Okay, so now that we've got all the rare treasure and stuff. Oh wait, there's another place I forgot to mention. That's right. There's actually 5 areas total, not 4. This one I constantly forget about, even though I really shouldn't. It's a place a lot of people know about. There's 2 places of note to mention. Well, technically 3, but a lot of people really only know of 2, though. One is called the Legend of the Peninsula Power. If you go to the place east of your second town, Pravoka, you can come to a place where you can fight very tough monsters towards the end of the game. But if you can beat them, you get a lot of experience and gold. A lot of people abuse that, like when they first play the game, to become super powerful, even if it's quite risky. I never really needed to worry about that, though, because of this place. This, and one other spot we'll get to when we get to the Earth Cave, is notorious for building up. Falchion, Power Staff, Steel Gloves. Yeah, the Falchion's not that great. Power Staff can be considered good in terms of attack for a Black Mage, but we're using 8-bit theater team. Knife makes more sense. Besides, I think it's better anyway. Has better accuracy. Now, there's two types of monsters that can appear if you approach the chest from the front. Over here, you get some race. This is the least impressive of the two, but they do give you a lot of experience in gold. The mummies are the ones you're going to want to fight, though. Oh, there's a level already. Ooh, Red Mage is neck and neck with Thief for HP. Yeesh. They do like to ambush you fairly often, and they're... Why is it doing that? Oof. Yeah, you get a lot of money here. Experience is pretty decent too, all things considered. It's also extremely exploitable, since you can just keep triggering it over and over again. Got a preemptive strike, may as well take advantage of it. The thing is, mummies are allergic to fire magic. You know, being undead and all. Stop doing that! Why are you going down? I'm not telling you to do that. Wow, okay. Oh my god. What is going on here? Is it because of this? Hold on, let me check something here. Yes, it's because the A button is also being triggered by turbo on my left mouse button. Okay. For the time being, I'm gonna have to disable that. Also, what is this? RS click? Oh shit, I need to get rid of that too. That sounds like it'd be a very bad idea. Let's disable that on my hotkeys. Yeah, let's just do that for now. Yeah, let's see if that helps, because I was noticing that something's causing the cursor to just go ballistic sometimes. And that certainly could explain a few things. Let's see if it still happens. Yeah, if you want to get guild, this is easily the best place to do it. Well, the best place in terms of overall difficulty to do it. Because until much later in the game, going to the third spot, the spot that most people use, isn't really practical until much later. And level up. Got one more fire 2 in me, so let's see about this. Oh, perfect. Okay. There we go. Okay, we're done here. If you wanted to bring a few Kages, you could just use one of those and just keep it up, but honestly, we have enough gil now to keep us going for a bit. Well, those few levels we got gave Red Mage level 5 spells at last. The thing is, for all practical purposes, after level 5, we're not going to really need anything else until we class promote. Hell, the Red Wizard can only have up to level 7 magic at all. So, really. And I don't even really know how many spells the Red Mage can get before promotion, because I think they do cut them a bit short. Black Mage gets a little more leeway on that, but personally I never really bother with level 6 until after promotion. There's really no need for it. You're gonna find out why too. Yeah, it's one thing to know that the Leader Mages have far more spells than ever before, but this unfortunately also consolidates the fact that with more spellcasting, your mages are flat out busted, able to almost carry the team by themselves. But really, I'd rather have it this way than in the original game, where your mages were so limited. You barely wanted to use their magic because of how little you had of it. Dungeons weren't really exactly short after all, and the random encounter rate was massive. You were really afraid to use it more than you absolutely needed to for survival, which kind of made the mages feel kind of superfluous when it came down to their units. So I'm kind of glad that it is different now. Okay, so we need to go to the next town. Longsword's not that worth it. We'll get better sword later on. There is a little piece of armor that would be nice for us to have, though. And that's a silver armlet. You might notice that the thief is taking quite the heavy damage these days, so you might want to get this for him. We got one for free, but we won't be getting another one for a while, so nice to give you a little more utility with defense. This is another reason why in Dawn of Souls, having less defense than the knight didn't really seem to matter all that much, because the armlet armors were massive in defense value. Not as massive as the knight's defense, but certainly enough, and that sells for a lot, despite being how useless it is. So yeah, that's nice. Let's see, what can we give you? Cure 3? We'll take it. And use that, or that, or that. Seriously, dude? Yeah. Alright, I guess that's all you're getting for now. Fire 3. I'll give you the poison spell for now. You want to save a slot for the time being. Because as the thing states, you can't learn this now, but when he becomes a Black Wizard, he can. And that has a lot of utility for when that happens. So you want to save that. How much of this is Red Wizard? Not much, unfortunately. Yeah, not much. Just life 1. Oh well. So yeah, that's nice. Whew, okay, so are there really not better weapons we can get from here at all? No, not really. The long sword ain't worth it. Now there is a really expensive piece of armor here, but it is not worth it. The knight's armor, strong, probably the strongest defensive armor in the game, but the price tag is absurd. I would never recommend that. You can use the steel gloves though. Not fair by much, but hey, whatever. There's a lot of neat treasure in here, but believe it or not, in the Terra Cavern, you want a beeline to be done with this. For now. You can come back later, but trust me, this place is a pain and a half. Especially with some creatures that show up here. Like, they can make your life a living hell. More so than even the poison creatures from the last place. I mean, we're talking really painful shit here. And you have to go through the place twice. And this is the enemy I was speaking about. These bitches right here. They can do petrification with their normal hits. If you're petrified, it lasts after battle, but it is not easily cured. And as long as you're petrified, you cannot act or get any experience after battle. It is an evil, evil, evil stats effect. I hate it. Hey guys, long time no see. If you come down here, you beat a bat attack to it. Oh, but it's not really a bat, is it? It's a vampire. Okay. Hey, as long as you're not Dracula himself, I'm not too concerned. Wow, really? Well, that was certainly a boss fight. Can we go home now? Yeah, we came here to get this, but now we have to leave. Because there's a pathway that is sealed, and we can't do anything about it right now. That's kind of irritating, considering that this place is kind of annoying to go through, especially if you're getting all the chests. Oh, another level already. Okay. Almost level 20 already, wow. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. The Hokigigas, used to be called giants, actually will appear in the first floor of the Terra Cavern, used to be called the Earth Cave, at the far left of the chamber. And for every step you take, you'll run into either one Hokigas or two. They are a very large source of experience in gold, but they hit like a truck. So I can't exactly recommend that when you first get here. I would wait till later in the game to do that. And really, I'd really consider the mummies a better overall source, considering that they're easier to kill because they have less HP and are weak to fire, and they give pretty close to the same amount of gold too in large groups. So really, you're not really gaining anything by fighting the giants pretty early in the game. And even then, by the time you class promote, there are better options technically. The Ice Cave in particular is a better spot, if you know where to go. I mean, that's what I would recommend anyway. Some do not agree with me on that, saying that fighting a special enemy in there isn't particularly worth it, especially considering how far down you have to go to get to him. I don't know, if you really know how to manage your time well, you can really get a lot of experience in gold crazy fast in there. Probably faster than anywhere in the whole game, really. Just because of how fast you're getting it. We're getting a lot of HP in the game, actually. Wow. It only goes up to 999, and some of us are already halfway there. The Black Mage probably won't get it. Also Black Wizard later on, but... I am getting pretty tired, so after the Earth Cave, for real, I'm probably going to stop streaming for now. Yeah, we need the Star Ruby to get to this guy so he'll move. Yeah, apparently Titans love rubies. Great axe. 220 kill. 450 kill. Mithril Helm. Not worth it. Even though 69 accuracy is pretty nice. Sage's Cave. Now, for some reason, at some point, they renamed Sarda the Sage in later versions to Sada the Sage, which sounds freaking stupid. I always call him Sarda. So now that we have this, we can actually beat the Earth Cave. Okay, so while I'm doing this, I may as well go ahead and talk about one thing here. It's not exactly a secret that for a long time I was into the rather famous mobile RPG Fake Run Order. And kind of still am, but not as much as I used to be. There's nothing against the game itself, it's just like I'd rather play other games, right, for the time being, and boy, it's been really hard to sit down and play it whenever a fancy new event comes around. Oh boy, is that the truth. The last two events, I've had to struggle to finish them just because I don't like to spend all my time on them like I used to. But this is one of those games that kind of expects you to. Like, in order to get the most out of limited time events, you have to spend a lot of time on it. And I've got to where I'm not able to properly do that anymore. I just get burnt out. So, yeah. Oop. Another level already? Jeez. Wow, guys. Save state just in case those stupid cockatrices come out. Gotta use it from this menu for some reason. Tempted to get this chest now, but nah, not worth it. If you're wondering why, since they were just right there. Oh my god. Yeah, let's just run from that one. They were not going to be fair at all. There's sitting a lot of obnoxious enemies in this war. Fuck. Okay, thank God it didn't work. Oh man. At least we're at the end. Really? Two of you guys, huh? Oof, they hit hard and strong. I am really overleveled for this. Oh wow. Lich, the Fiend of Earth. One of 4 major powerful demonic forces that we need to take out. And believe it or not, he's actually not that hard. Oh, you're using Ice Steel. He hits very hard, but... Sleep 2, huh? Alright. That was a waste of a turn for you. He's probably gonna die on this turn. Well, maybe not. Again, waste of your turn. Yep. Not that hard of a boss fight, as long as you have Fire 3. Little victory dance. And thankfully they give you a nice little war point out. Oh, come on. Really? Are you really going to be like this? Go away. Okay, but yeah, it is incredibly simplistic to beat Lich. As long as you have someone like a red mage or a black mage on your team, you can generally beat most of the fiends pretty easily. Since powerful magic can usually defeat them in quite a hurry. As tempting as it is to try to go ahead and do the class change now, since I'm so close to it, I'm just going to stop for now. Because I'm dozing off just a little bit. I can't imagine I'll be able to make it through 2 more dungeon areas, but it's what I'd have to do, so I ain't doing that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and next time I'll either be finishing this up or I'll go back to Ownsphere. We'll see which one I'm really in the mood for. I haven't quite decided how I'm going to handle Ownsphere, the extra new game, yet. I really don't want to have to backpedal in normal mode, especially after building up extra new game like I was doing. Plus, I feel like you've just trivialized it way too much if I would do that. But I also don't know how much more stressful hard mode it's going to get. We'll have to see how that goes. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys later.